Well, Manchester United have made big changes this summer. Let's head there now and join our reporter Daniel Kahn. Dan, United, it feels like, have been busy right up until the deadline and maybe beyond as well. Fill us in. What's been happening?
Yeah, I mean, Emma, you're absolutely right, actually. You know, they got so many of their big name transfers done earlier on this window with the likes of Benjamin Šeško, Brian Mbeumo and Matthias Cunha, but they are very close to confirming that deadline day signing in terms of Sanne Lammens. We reported earlier today a fee agreed with the Royal Antwerp for just over £18 million for the 23-year-old Belgian. He's been at the training ground throughout the afternoon undergoing his medical before he puts pen to paper to a 5-year contract, as we understand it. United looked and analysed many options in the goalkeeping position, especially when you look at the last few weeks of the season where there's been questionable perhaps performances by Andre Onana and Altay Bayindir, for example, in the Grimsby game, even debatably in the Burnley game as well. But it looks like they've acted. Ruben Amorim has acted as well to bring Lammens in. Still waiting official confirmation. But what I can tell you is we have had official confirmation of 2 other deals to do with Manchester United in the last half an hour. And those are 2 departures that were really important for United to do. One came in Antony, who signed 3 years ago to the day, Emma, for well over £80 million. His return to Real Betis has been confirmed for just over £21 million. United do have, though, a 50% net sell-on clause in that deal, so he is off to Spain. Rasmus Højlund, who signed a few summers ago from Atalanta for well over £70 million, £72 million actually, he has had his move to Napoli confirmed. That is a loan with a conditional obligation to buy if Napoli reach the Champions League. That fee is around £38 million, and he joins his former teammate in Scott McTominay. Kevin De Bruyne is now there as well. And this day, although it looks like Lammens could be their big signing in terms of incoming, I think the departures have been just important today. Jadon Sancho still close to confirming that loan to Aston Villa. As I mentioned, Anthony Højlund got Nacho in the last week as well, all out of the club, all off the wage bill, and all, more importantly, not part of Ruben Amorim's plans going forward. And United have found solutions for those players, which maybe will be just important as bringing in Lammens. We await official confirmation, but we'll bring that to you as soon as we get it.
Thank you very much, Dan.
Welcome back. You are watching Back Pages tonight. It's a transfer deadline day special. Still with me, Miguel, Jonathan and John. As promised, we wanted to talk about the situation at Manchester United in terms of the goalkeepers. I mean, all their goalkeepers have come under fire. The Sun have gone with lovely business for Manchester rivals. They've got Sanne Lammens in, and there was talk of Martinez coming in. Why do you think they've gone for Sanne Lammens and not Martinez? I mean, well, there has been talk all day that Martinez ultimately fell down, possibly because they couldn't get a permanent move for Sancho. I know Sancho's gone to Villa on loan. I'm not sure if that's absolutely true, but it has been the talk all day. And it is a slightly surprising one that maybe it's actually a decision maybe that articulates this kind of delicate point that Manchester United are at, because obviously they've staked a lot on Ruben Amorim, but they also don't want to make the mistake, I suppose, of making every single signing anchored to an individual manager, so that if there is a change, I'm not sure there's going to be, then suddenly they have to change again, because that's been one of the problems at Manchester United. And now, Lammens, he's seen as someone who can be a sensational goalkeeper in the future. And I think from what I was told yesterday, the thinking was that, they could miss out on him and then he could go on and be brilliant elsewhere, and then they'd have felt that when they could have done the deal for much cheaper. So that's one of the rationale. But I suppose it's just a strange one because, look, a goalkeeper is already an isolated position. We've talked about it with Trafford and Donnarumma already. At Manchester United, it feels all the more isolated right now, given Manchester United is a punishing environment for a young player without experience at the moment, because the glare is so strong. It's not